ski, and your motherfucking ass is watching Back to School Reaction. You stink ass mother.
Welcome back to school, guys. Back to school reactions. You're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification button, and select all because my wife said you should. If you're over 18 want to hang out with us at a place where a bunch of reactors and other artists and fans hang out, you can do so at the Discord link below. And if you want to watch me and the other reactors get in and do live shows together and group reactions together, make sure you subscribe to the bar. The link is also in the description below there. So let's get into this, you guys. I'm trying to get done with some Upchurch albums, right? And I just finished off King of Dixie. And so I was like, okay, what else is there? Well, let me see what I can find. So I started looking at the titles on the CDs, and I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. She's a little country, which kind of reminds me of nostalgic. I'm older, so it's like she's a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll, which was a Donnie and Marie song that I don't know if you know who Donnie and Marie were, but they were like American icons back in the 70s or something. They had a little variety show. They're brothers and sisters. They actually started out from a bigger show called The Osmonds, which was a whole family of them, kind of like. I'll have to show you the history of them because they were like big Americana thing at the time. But we'll see if he even goes there with it. Okay, let's go. He said, I'm a little country and she's a little rock and roll. So I wonder if halfway through the song they flip it. We'll see.
Oh yeah.
Because the song's titled, She Is a Little Country.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll find out.
Says she wanna hear the boys sing another country song. Every Friday night had me feeling like Earnhardt. I was only 17, hit the road when it turned dark. First gear, second gear, third, let the tires bark.
Chirping him, huh? First gear, second gear, third gear, let the tires bark. When you're driving like a maniac, you can rev up in between shifting gears, and when you pop it in the gear and you pop that clutch, and your tires. It's a great way to waste tires. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. 17, hit the road when it turned dark. First gear, second gear, third, let the tires bark. Waking up the neighbors with a Hank Williams Jr. song. Pretty little lady waiting on me just a couple miles the hell about a curfew. 16 and buck wild, flying down the back road, dodging cops and big deer, waiting on a kiss and the... He just said to hell with a curfew. I'm 16 and a buck wild, I think. I remember being that way. Well, that's why you love me, right? Because I was a little rebel. 17, hit the road when it turned dark. First gear, second gear, third, let the tires bark. Waking up the neighbors with a Hank Williams Jr. song. Pretty little lady waiting on me just a couple miles the hell about a curfew. 16 and buck wild, flying down the back road, dodging cops and big deer, waiting on a kiss and the cold PBR beer. Living water free, no care about a consequence. Country love, baby, yellow. Bro, seriously, the Pabst Blue Ribbon? Yeah, I remember those times. I can't say it's a horrible beer, but it's a dirt cheap beer. You know how we go buy like a case of beer at Costco is like $24. You buy like 30,000 Pabst Blue Ribbon for like $23 or something.
Well, if it's what you can afford, I bet it tastes great.
Oh, bro, the best beer in the world is a free beer. You know that, right?
I guess.
The second best one is a cold one.
It's okay.
Although I don't think I'd want a warm beer if it was free, but so maybe we'll reverse that order. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, Pabst Blue Ribbon, you go, son. The cold PBR beer, living water free, no care about a consequence. Country love, baby, yellow house, white, picket fence. Say that again.
You're 16, you can't drink.
So, honey, about America.
No, I mean, like, it doesn't...
We used to... At 14, I stood outside of a Circle K offering old guys $20 to buy us a 12-pack of beer. Usually we would get it done.
Usually get it done. Couple times we had guys pull out their badges and we ran like hell because they were off-duty cops. But other than that, we would stand. So yeah, you could drink. When we realized we could run faster than the clerks at the grocery store, and they had the dumb, stupid doors right, the double electric doors that opened up right there where the beer was, we were running in there and grabbing 12 packs and running for our lives, man. Everybody grabbed two. If we make it back to the pad and there's two 12 packs that survived, we're good for the day. Let's go. So yeah.
You're a bunch of punks.
Yeah, we were punks, yeah. We were out of control. Hey. But you love me.
In the gravel, put the lights in the driveway. Praying that her daddy don't come out with a gun race. Seeing Daisy Dukes coming told me made my heart race. But son, when she got up in my truck, it was fast paced. Headed down the hollow, left foot like a nasty.
He said he's praying to God that the daddy don't come out and fucking want to shoot him when he's picking up this daughter.
Dodging cops and big deer, waiting on the kiss and the cold PBR beer. Living wild and free, no care about a consequence. Country love, baby, yellow house, white picket fence. Pull up in the gravel, put the lights in the driveway. Praying that her daddy don't come out with a gun race. Seeing Daisy Dukes coming told me made my heart race. But son, when she got up in my truck, it was fast paced.
Seeing them Daisy Dukes coming up the driveway made my heart race. But man, when she got inside the truck, it was fast paced. Oh my God. I think every guy can relate to that at some point in time. Like, you know, either being nervous around girls, or in this case, he's hoping to God that the dad don't come out with a shotgun, and instead he sees her coming down the driveway in her Daisy Dukes, and his heart's racing. But as soon as she got in that car, baby, it was fast paced. Forget daddy, forget the curfew, forget all that stuff, right? You know, we're 16. You know, summer loving kind of stuff, you know?
Headed down the hollow, left foot like a NASCAR. Gas tank full, windows down, bottom to the bar. Country, she's a little bit of rock and roll. We was listening to 2 Chainz, hanging down an older road. Making down the porch swing, tail legs with the boots on. Say she wanna hear the boys sing another country song. Yeah, Alice in Chains and a little bit of Nirvana, sugar.
Oh, shit. Okay, now you got me. He just said, I'm Alice in Chains and a little bit of Nirvana, and you know how that music, that era of Nirvana and all that was a huge thing. Very impactful in my life. It really changed my idea of music too, from what was there was a lot of bands that were dying off, the hair metal bands and stuff, and you had a lot of older rock bands, but they were like really old, and it was like, it's hard to relate to a band where the singer's like 45 and you're like 20. You know, and so when Nirvana came out, when Pearl Jam came out, when Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, all those bands, when they came out, it was like it was so meaningful. So right there, he just said it, and that takes me back to that place in my life where I'm remembering when that music came out and the impact it had on me. It was great.
Making down the porch swing, tail legs with the boots on. Say she wanna hear the boys sing another country song. Yeah, Alice in Chains and a little bit of Nirvana. Sugar mama riding shoddy, I'm digging the farmer's daughter. I'm rolling like Rusty Wallace, I'm duking from all the copper. She digging this.
Ooh, rolling like Rusty Wallace, I'm duking from all them coppers. You don't know about the show Dukes of Hazzard, really, right? You just know that the General Lee was the car in it, and that there was a movie about it at some point in time, right? It was a huge piece of Americana TV when I was growing up, and they still play it on TV Land. I think, I don't know what, maybe they don't, or I don't know, but it was a great show. It was about these 2 guys and their cousin, and they were staying with their uncle and stuff, and they were always dodging the cops, and the sheriff was a bumbling idiot, and Roscoe P. Coltrane, I'm gonna get you, and he was just like this goofball and stuff. So there's just a lot of Americana there when he says that, and so that whole line was, man, I love when he does that.
I'm riding shoddy, I'm digging the farmer's daughter. I'm rolling like Rusty Wallace, I'm duking from all the copper. She digging this country boy like Brady and Joe's daughter. She's my tin roof dancer on a full moon night, in the bed of my Chevy underneath the cab light. She's my down home Southern belle, always with me racing hell, strawberry.
Down home Southern belle, always with me raising hell. That pretty much describes 16-year-old love, huh?
I don't know.
Well, for me it did. For me, it did. You were more serious in your life, right? You were trying to like graduate high school and stuff, or
No,
go to college or something.
yeah, I
Not me. Yeah.
we graduate when we're 16,
And then you went to
high
college.
school, and then college. Yeah.
See, she was in college when I was going to my that year. She was in college. I was being sent to my first continuation school at that age.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You know what continuation schools are, right? Where they send bad kids.
Yeah, in jail.
No, not in jail. I got my GED in prison.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm just. Oh my God. Oh yeah, yeah.
Continuing education, what?
Okay.
Well, I know,
So
like to
so.
keep your license, say you're
No,
an
no, no,
accountant.
not continuing education.
Oh,
I'm talking about. I got sent to a school for bad people. Yeah, yeah. So I'm half baked, guys, and I'm drunk, so whatever.
Rhyme, make a country girl drop a tail. Make me spin them damn wheels. Wanna ditch the high heels. Wanna hit a train up in a holler on a high hill. Ladies want a wild boy. Ladies want a real man. Ladies want some grease up on them dirty, greasy callous hands. Switching these gears.
Well, let's see. Is that true?
Home Southern Belle, always with me racing hell. Strawberry rhyme, make a country girl drop a tail. Make me spin them damn wheels. Wanna ditch the high heels. Wanna hit a train up in a holler on a high hill. Ladies want a wild boy. Ladies want a real man.
Ladies want a wild boy. Ladies want a real man.
mm-hmm.
Is that pretty true?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Ladies want some grease up on them dirty, greasy callous hands.
ladies want some grease up on them dirty, greasy, calloused hands. Or you want a pretty boy?
Depends what he's doing.
Well, like a pretty boy who can't change a tire or
Oh,
put
no,
oil
no,
in
no,
her
no,
car
no.
or anything.
I
No.
can't do anything with my car. Thank
So
you.
so you let me get my greasy
yeah,
hands.
because you can take care of my car.
Yeah, because I take care of the car. Kind of. I don't take care of it. I put some fucking oil in it and air in the tires just to keep her happy. Otherwise, the shit goes to mechanic. It's the smartest thing to do if you're a person like me.
Switching these gears like a truck I stole. Long legs on the dashboard, flying down the back road. Sitting right beside me, no damn seatbelt on. Tearing shit up like a candy line mud ball. Country.
Ooh. Okay, tearing shit up like a I think he said countywide mud bog or something. I've watched the mudding shows. It's not something that we do so much in California, you know.
There's no mud here. It's a
well,
drought.
Yeah, we live in a desert and a drought, so you have to like drain somebody's swimming pool to make mud, but still you can do it.
Well, maybe Hollister Hills does.
Hollister Hills does a lot of mud
Okay.
stuff up there. There's places in California where you can. I mean, in mountains and stuff, and not all of California is like libtard, stupid, crazy, freaking San Francisco, LA crap. Trust me, guys, not all of it is. There's a whole center portion of the state, kind of like that doesn't get too close to the edge of either side of the state and says "fuck you all," and that's kind of like in our neck of the woods kind of thing. So, yeah.
She's a little bit of rock and roll. We was listening to 2 Chainz, singing down no dirt road, making loud the boat swing, tail ends with the boots on. Say she wanna hear the boat sing another cup.
Sit out on the porch swing with her tan leather boots on.
Mm-hmm.
Little country girl, little country boy. Picture this. I mean, imagine this. You're a 16-year-old boy, right? And you're sitting out on a porch swing, or you're a 16-year-old girl, and you're sitting out on a porch swing with this guy, and you're just hoping to God your parents don't see he grabs a hold of your leg or anything weird, or you guys kiss, because he was already tripping out that your daddy was going to come out with a shotgun the night he picked you up. But he already said at the beginning of the song, he's 16, he don't give a shit about curfew. Fuck that, right? You guys are going to go out and have fun. So, do you get this picture that he's painting? I mean, does he do a good job? Now that I can talk to you about the lyrics, kind of, do you see pictures in his songs, or is it hard to still understand why I like him so much?
Nah. Though I wonder, though, because, like, say, he says Nirvana, right? I'm pretty sure he was probably very, very young when Nirvana was out and when he died.
It doesn't matter,
so,
because
like,
the influence carried. Because think of his mom was probably listening to some of these artists, or his friends, and likewise he's in Tennessee, right? You always know that the stuff that starts in California doesn't get to the Philippines quick, right?
well,
the fads take a while.
Then Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But now,
Now a little quicker with social media and stuff, right? So back then, for him to listen to Nirvana and Alice in Chains and those
mm-hmm,
bands, he was either listening to radio
mm-hmm,
because they were being played on radio and they would still be played on radio, or he was
mm-hmm,
literally buying CDs or cassettes.
mm-hmm,
And that's kind of just kind of how music was. So even though he's young, and it's like, how could he know about Nirvana and Alice in Chains? No,
mm-hmm,
he got into their music, just like a lot of kids still can get into this music. Uh, when you and I went and saw Rush on their final tour, right?
mm-hmm.
And it was funny. You looked around, the majority of the people there were old, except for you noticed one thing,
They had kids with them.
and their kids are now discovering the music. Same thing at Iron Maiden, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we went to Iron Maiden, there were old people like us, right? And
Like
then
you.
and shut up. Yeah, because I'm 9 years older, so I'm really ancient. But uh, there was also their kids.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, right in front of us, there was a guy who had like his like
Yeah.
12-year-old daughter or something.
Even with Eric Johnson,
Yeah, same thing.
Forrest took his kid.
Yeah, same thing. It's because when you find a great music, you want to share it, and
Mm-hmm.
you also hope that the music doesn't die. That's what. That's why when you know talk to me about like doing this in the beginning and this whole idea of whether or not to do a reaction channel, and it was kind of like, what can my contribution be? My contribution can be to share music.
Mm.
If that's all I can do is get somebody to possibly hear a song that they hadn't heard before or hear an artist they hadn't. Last night at the bar, you guys, if you missed it last night at the bar, Saturday Night Live, we had an artist come in, bro, and he just asked us to listen to a song. 205 followers, 15 videos, right? This shit was fire. Like, this shit was really, really good. Like, really, really good. And so that's kind of like why I love doing
Who's
what
this?
I do. This guy's, he was, I subscribe to him.
Never mind.
But yeah, we'll find him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get back here. So let's get back to the final portion of this song, guys.
Country song.
Very cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, your final thoughts on it? Or on Ryan Upchurch as you're discovering more of his music?
It's pretty good. Yeah. I really like it when I can hear the words, not like, because
So
I
so
can't
you
deal
say
with
you
it
say
when
you,
it's so fast.
but you can deal with Yellow Wolf when it's hella
Because
fast
I can really
because the beat.
hear, the beat, and I can
Hear
really,
like every third word
yeah.
and make sense.
No. Well,
And put it together and make
yeah.
sense of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what you have to do with a lot of the faster rappers. I mean, you know me, I'm not. Well, we went and saw Bone Thugs and Harmony, right? And
Mhm.
you know I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they can spit fast. They can spit like crazy,
Mhm.
but you didn't understand everything that
No.
they said, but you understood the gist of what they were saying.
Kinda.
Well, especially no, I mean even me, like listening to their music, it was like I would sit there and go, "What the? I know what he was saying, but I don't know what those freaking 14 things were in between what he said that and that." Like,
Yeah.
and so it is what it is. There's other people who can hear every word. They can break it down so fast in their
Mhm.
heads. I probably could if I didn't give a shit and smoke too much pot and drink too much beer. But
I like it when I can understand the words as you say them.
yeah,
Because, you know,
it is
I
what
don't know,
it
but
is.
that's me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna finish this video right now. Ready? Say bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. All right.